Yo, if you're like me and you want the advantage over any sports book, then you gotta download this BetQL app. I ain't kidding. This app is absolutely amazing. They have this best bets computer model that scans 350,000 unique bets in the course of a year for every sport, giving you the best possible information you can have. And if you don't want to use the model, that's fine. BetQL has you covered. They have all the tools you need for all your research, from player injuries, breaking news, lineup changes, to spreads, to props, to money line, to everything. They keep track of teams and what their bets are. You can even know what the pros are doing. You'll know who the pros are backing. BetQL app, can't go wrong. Plus, they track all your progress, all the bets that you've made, everything you've done, so you'll know exactly what you need to do. So here's what you want to do. Head to the App Store or Google Play Store now and download the BetQL app. You can also head to try.betql.co/500 and get started now. Make sure at the payment checkout that you enter the code 500. That's 500 for 25% off all their subscription offerings. Make sure in the description below to check out their BetMGM offer to receive a free year of BetQL. You can find all this information in the description below. Also, check out their sportsbook offer page if you live in one of the eligible states to claim free offers upon signing up to one of their many sportsbook listed. Don't miss out on your chance to beat your sportsbook this football season. I know I won't. Week 1 is finally here, and it's going to start off Thursday with a Cowboys loss and Sunday with an Eagles win. Dallas still stinks. You're by the way, King Dingbat here, and I hope everybody's having a great Labor Day, a great weekend. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're hanging in there. We are finally here. We are finally at the regular season. Week 1 is now here. And on Thursday, the stinking Dallas Cowboys, which game, by the way, I'll be streaming, will take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and get double moonwalked in the ass. It's going to happen. It's going to be a beautiful thing watching Mark Holmes melt down. And before I get any further in this video, I just want to take a second to say shout out to BetQL, who's sponsoring this video. I've had a lot of fun over the course of the last 3 weeks, really learning how to use their app and stuff like that, and I've fallen in love with it. So download that if you haven't, because I'm telling you, it's a great app and it gives you great tools to make the best possible bets you can. And speaking of best possible bets the Eagles, they are 3.5-point underdogs going into Atlanta. 3.5-point underdogs. That's ridiculous to me. Okay? I'm going to bet, I think the money line's plus 140. I'm taking the money line. I'm taking the Eagles to win outright. That will be one of my bets that I will be making this weekend. And I'm probably going to start showing you guys on Friday some of the things I'm doing and things so you know if I'm going to have a good weekend or going to have a bad weekend. But the Eagles plus 3.5 points. Favorites? I mean, underdogs? Well, favorites to me. Underdogs to the rest of the world. I think they match up great versus Atlanta. I really do. Matter of fact, I think the Eagles are starting 2-0. I think they're starting 2-0. Now, later on in the week, I decided with Joey Shakes on the Philly Shakedown podcast, we're going to do a prediction schedule next week for the Eagles and maybe for some other NFC East teams. So definitely check that out. But I will say this. Right off the bat, I think the Eagles start 2-0. I think they start 2-0 because I think they can beat Atlanta. And then I think San Francisco, who everybody thinks is going to be really, really good, and maybe they will be. But here's the thing. San Francisco has to come to Philly. They have to come to Philly for the home opener. And not only is it the home opener, but it's the first time the Eagles are at full capacity since, like 2 years ago? So the crowd is going to be insane. The noise, the volume, the atmosphere is going to be intense. It's like, did you see the college football stadiums this week? People, it was crazy. That's how it's going to be in Philly. Times 3. times 3. So I think the advantage for the Eagles at home will be too much. I think they start 2-0. We'll see. And then, as the Eagles are 2-0, them stinking Dallas Cowboys, Mark Holmes says that Dallas will beat Tampa Bay on Thursday night. No, it won't happen. Tampa will beat Dallas. Then Dallas, I believe, has to go to LA and play the Chargers. That's a loss. So the Eagles are going to head into week 3, in my opinion, 2-0, playing the 0-2 Cowboys on Monday Night Football. Going to be interesting. We'll discuss the schedule in detail later on in the week, and I'll give you my predictions for each and every game. But I think it's very possible the Eagles can start 2-0 this year. That's just me. That's what I think. We will see. No question about it. And, speaking of questions, though, there is a concern that I have right now. I listened to the Dallas Goedert press conference today, okay? Dallas Goedert had a press conference. So did Devontae Smith, Nick Sirianni, okay? But Goedert gets out there, and he was saying that in June, he thought they were going to have a deal done, an extension done by week 1 of the NFL season. It didn't happen, but not only it didn't happen, they're not even negotiating anymore. Like something shut down. And he said it was before the whole Ertz thing got kind of taken care of. It didn't happen. Now we hear that the Eagles, they were talking to the Minnesota Vikings about Dallas Goedert and all this kind of stuff. I think this is a mistake by the Eagles. I think you need to get Dallas Goedert signed to an extension. He is 26 years old. He'll be 26 until January. Okay, I don't know why they wouldn't re-sign him. Okay, the only thing I can think the Eagles might be thinking is, look at Tyree Jackson and how talented he is. Look at Jack Stoll, how talented he is. We could develop those guys, and they can be an effective backup tight end to Zach Ertz for the next few years? And then they can take over. I wouldn't risk it. Okay, here's how I would look at the situation. Whether you trade Ertz, keep Ertz this year, it doesn't matter, okay? But by signing Dallas Goedert, let's say to a 4-year deal, something like that, then you develop Tyree Jackson. You develop Stoll, right? Let's say Tyree Jackson turns out to be like the total stud, right? In 2 years. So in 2 years, you have a Dallas Goedert who is 28 years old. And let's say Tyree Jackson's ready to be that number 1. That's when you get Dallas Goedert and you trade him. You trade him and you get maximum value. You're trading a 28-year-old tight end. And then you give the number 1 shot or the number 1 tight end spot to Tyree Jackson. I don't understand why the Eagles would not do something like that. In my opinion, that is the best way to handle the situation. Don't let Goedert just walk at the end of the year. Don't let Goedert have a great year and then you have to pay him even more money now. And don't trade him now. You're not going to get enough for him right now because he hasn't been a starter. But, and I hope you realize this has nothing to do with Ertz. Ertz is in the last year of his deal. He's probably gone at the end of the year if they keep Goedert. Otherwise, they got to extend Ertz. Now, and we'll deal with that when the time comes. But the situation is, Goedert, if you sign him, let's say a 4-year deal, 5-year deal, he plays 2 or 3 years, you know what? That's when you trade him at max value at 28 years old. If Tyree Jackson develops, if Stoll develops, then boom, no problem. You get a lot of them, you get maximum value for Goedert, and then you go with those guys. But you don't do it now, and you don't walk away from signing him to a contract extension. So I hope the Eagles will definitely get him signed because you wasted a 2nd-round pick in 2018 on him. I don't like letting guys just walk away. Okay, that's my opinion when it comes to that. So the other thing we got to talk about is the Eagles chose their 2021 captains today, okay? And they were Jalen Hurts, which is no surprise. Brandon Graham, definitely no surprise. Fletcher Cox, definitely no surprise. Rodney McLeod, maybe a little bit of a surprise, okay? Jason Kelsey, no surprise. And then Alex Baby Singleton, he's a captain. And that's good for him. I mean, I say baby arms all the time, but I just mean, what I mean by that is I just think he's got to get bigger. You know, I'd like to see him get to be a little bit bigger of a linebacker. But the kid can play. He showed us last year, and it shows you what the Eagles think of him. I'm definitely okay with this list for the most part. I probably would have had Darius Slay over Rodney McLeod, but that's just me, because McLeod's older. He's injured a lot, and it should be interesting. But Ertz, not a captain again. He wasn't a captain last year, so what does that mean? I really don't know. I don't know what they're doing with this tight end situation. I really don't understand it. I don't even think they know what they're doing. But look, it is what it is. I'm loving the skill positions of this team. I love it. You know what I mean? And Thursday will come soon. Dallas stinking Cowboys are going to get destroyed by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm going to be streaming it, and I'm going to be laughing the whole game long. So definitely come hang out and join me there, because it is going to be fun. It's time, dude. It is time for the season to begin. And with that said, I got to go figure out some bets on my BetQL and figure out what I'm going to do. But I will be letting you guys know what I'm betting. With that said, I will be Mark Holmes and you guys the rest of the week. So take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. So I just wanted to take a second to thank each and every one of you guys who watched my Bad Dog versus Mark Holmes Part 1. I want to thank you guys. I didn't get a chance to look at all the comments. It's been kind of a crazy weekend, but I didn't get a chance to look at all the comments until today. Didn't get a chance to respond to them yet, but I saw that a lot of people watch it, so thank you very much. Took a while to do because I had to get you kind of, when you're doing it that way, you don't really know where the whole storyline's going to go. But once I figured it out, I needed 2 parts. Shout out to Bad Dog. He did a couple things for me so I could finish it. But it was a lot of fun. We took out 2 birds with 1 stone. Actually, when you include the Michael Anthony, I don't know what the hell that is, but I found it and had to include it. I don't know what that is, Michael Anthony. Where's the fitness? What are you doing? What are you doing? I thought you were supposed to pick up some weights. But it's really 3 birds with 1 stone. So we took out 2 Cowboy fans and a Giant fan. We are getting ready. We are ready. We are ready for the season to begin and double moonwalk. That is. Once again, thank you to our sponsor, BetQL, the only app you will need to beat your sportsbook. Find their information along with 25% off discount code in the description of this video. And also, check out the special BetMGM offer in the description in order to receive a free year of BetQL and other sportbook sign-up offers and bonuses.